Hey everybody, this is Anthony, and I am going to show you how to create a set in the Into the Darkroom Flaunt backend. So we have a client and we want to display images that we shot, and so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the Content button, and this button is going to reveal the list of clients that we already have set up. But today we're going to create a new set for a new client, and I'm going to click New, and I'm going to title it Jim the New Client, and I'm going to click Create Page. And now you're going to see that we have Jim the new client down here, and I'm going to click on it, and it's going to start to give us all our options. Well, the first thing we're going to do is we need to get some images into this set. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Image List tab, and I'm going to click Upload, and I'm going to add files from my computer that I already have cropped and ready to go. And what you're going to notice here is that I'm adding all these images. It turns green as they get added, and when it's done, I click the Done button, and all of my images now are going to be in this list. I went ahead and had all these images already cropped and saved web ready, and then I added the last image, which was too big. I took this, it's a very large file size, it's almost right out of the camera. It's 5 megabytes. This is going to be too big to actually load, and you're going to get this warning image too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it, and I'm going to delete it. Now, if I want to organize these images and I want to put them in order, I'm going to go ahead and click the Sort button down here, and I'm going to say, you know what, I want to start off with this image, and I want to bring in this image over here and put all of my red toolbox images together so that they can see that all in one shot. And I'm good to go, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go to the tracks area, and I'm going to upload a song. And I'm going to grab the MP3 that I know is good for this client. I'm going to add it. It's going to have the green button that's going to say it's done. I'm going to click Done, and now my MP3 is in my set. So now I want to take a look at this slideshow. Slideshow's done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click the Output tab, and I have a lot of options in the Output tab, but I'm going to go right to the direct link. I'm going to copy this link, and I am going to go ahead and paste it in my browser window, and we are going to take a look at the set that we already set up. Now the music is on right now, and you can't hear it because it's in my headset, but I'm going to go ahead and shut it off by clicking this mute button, and I can see that all my images loaded really nicely down here. So now what I want to do is I want to set up some options that makes it really easy for my client to find. It makes it really easy for me to share this set with them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to our admin area, and I'm going to click on the settings icon. And the first thing I want to do is I want to create a password protected word that they're going to remember, and it's going to be Jim 2012. And that's going to be the password that I'm going to give my clients so that only they can access it. I'm also going to set up a date that this is going to expire, and it's going to be September 24th, 2012, because I want them to look at it, and I want it to expire after that date. If I have a photo cart that I want them to purchase photos through, I can go ahead and type in that link here. And I'm also going to allow them to flag their favorites, so I'm going to click True. I'm going to not use the global soundtrack because I added music in our tracks area, and I want to include this on our gallery wall. Now our gallery wall looks like this, and this is where we want people to quickly be able to find their set. So I'm going to go ahead and include that on our gallery wall, and for right now I'm going to pin it to the top. Now I need an image for our gallery wall, so I'm going to click Upload, and I'm going to grab one of these images, and I'm going to stick it in there, and that is going to be the image for our gallery wall. I'm also now going to add Jim's email address here so that I can quickly send this out to him once I'm all done with that. So I'm going to save this, and now I'm going to relaunch this gallery wall, and you're going to notice that Jim's new slideshow is right here, and if we were to send this to him, we can click Login and View Slideshow, and it says password, and our password was Jim 2012, and I'm going to click Submit, and it's going to start the slideshow. You'll notice that our favorite feature is on, so he can quickly click this to flag the ones that he likes, and he can go ahead and send them to us through this little form, and it shows the images that he's flagged. And the slideshow is working properly, so everything's great. Now we want to go into the slideshow, and we want to send it to him. And so what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our output tab, and we are going to go to the bulk email. And I'm going to include the contact list that we set up in this area right here. This is our contact list where we comma separated emails. And you know what? I realized that I have to send it to his wife as well. So I'm going to add her to our little list here, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to go to our output tab, and I'm going to type them a little message. Jim and Jane, please take a look. And the system is already going to add in the appropriate URL, the appropriate link for them to get to this specific set. So I'm going to go ahead and click include that contact list because I want it to go to Jim and Jane. And then, you know, there's also a photographer that I want to share this with because they're looking to do a set like this, and we share stuff in business. So I'm going to go ahead and send this to my friend at yadayada.com. And it's also going to add them to this bulk mail. So I'm going to go ahead and click send bulk mail, and it's going to send them an email. I'd suggest that you send this to yourself first. You can kind of see how the email is formatted, and you can see what gets sent out to people. Also, you know what? I really love this set, and let's pretend it wasn't password protected. I want to go ahead and make it public, and I want to tweet it out. So I want to send this out as a tweet, and I'm going to send tweet, and it's going to go ahead and pop up your Twitter account, and you can go ahead and just blast it out to your Twitter community. You can also do the same thing to Facebook. So this output tab is really powerful in getting your link out to everyone that you want to see it. And then, like I said before, there are a few other options like direct link, which you've already used, and then embed code. So now I have this slideshow, and I want to put it in my blog. So I'm going to go ahead and take this embed code right here, and I'm going to paste it in my blog in the HTML preferences so that it can be displayed on my blog. But I do have some options before I go ahead and paste it. I can change the size to make sure that it fits within my blog area. So I can change the width and the height. I can change the thumbnail height. I can hide the toolbar so it's really clean. I can autoplay it, or I can not autoplay it. I can have the music play or not play. So these are all options that you can have, and when you change them here, they change the code here so that it displays everything the way you want it to. So once I have it the way I want to embed it, I copy this embed code and I paste it into my blog or wherever I want to embed this. If I go ahead and I come to the customize area, there are some things in here that will kind of fine-tune your slideshow. So if you wanted to override the global settings, which most people don't want to, you can do that here. You can auto hide the toolbar. If you want to make it a really clean look, you can loop the soundtrack. So once it plays through all your MP3s, you can have it so that it plays again and just keeps playing the music. You can have it so it ends. Some people like to have it end, some people like to have it loop. You can do the same thing with the slideshow. A lot of people let their slideshow loop because if a bride or a groom or a client is looking at the slideshow at work and they're just letting it play and people are coming back, they don't have to replay it. They could just let it loop through over and over. You can show the thumbnail tooltips, and the thumbnail tooltips are when you roll over the actual image, it will go ahead and show you what the image name is. And so when I come in here, there's a tooltip, and it tells us what the image name is. So you can have it so that it displays that or not, and that's a simple true-false. You can choose your transition. Most people like the classic fade, and it just fades them in and out. You have a couple of options in there, though. If you want to try them out, you can see which one works best for you. And then your effect duration. So you can, if you're going to have a fade in, fade out, you can have it. You can time that fade for. Right here we have it set to 2, so it fades in for 2, and then the slide duration is how long it's up on the screen, and so it's up for 5, and then it'll fade back out for 2. And then you can decide if you want crossfade images to turn on and off. And those are the kind of the fine-tuning settings of this system. And essentially, once you do that, you just keep creating more sets for more clients. It's pretty basic. It's powerful enough that you can come in here and fine-tune it if you want, or not fine-tune it. And you can do as much or as little as you want. It's a pretty powerful tool. It's pretty easy to use, as you can see. It has a lot of options that are just that. They're options. You can choose to add them or not. And I hope this was informative. And if you have any other questions, you can go to intothedarkroom.com and check out the Flaunt page. You can actually log into the back end of the demo just to kind of see what the admin looks like, and you can click around on some things. And if you have any other questions, please let us know, and I hope this was informative. Thanks again.